Goddess Kali is unconventional. She breaks the stereotype of motherhood and feminine behavior in every possible way. While women in most societies are perceived as benign and recessive, Goddess Kali is fierce and dominant. We see her performing the most unimaginable gender roles that a woman can assume, fighting demons and drinking demon blood to protect her children. Lord Shiva, on the other hand, appears calm and passive, more like a loving and supportive husband. Goddess Kali, a divine figure hidden underneath paradoxes. On one hand, she is the fiercest lady and one of the most awe-inspiring figures in the Hindu pantheon, closely associated with rage, violence, blood sacrifice, and esoteric rituals. On the other hand, she is a loving mother who embodies protective instinct. Due to this dual nature, she is probably the most misunderstood Hindu goddess in the Western world. But how can someone worship a deity this violent? Well, to clarify this confusion, let's dive deep into this topic. To get rid of the misconceptions, one needs to understand the significance of her appearance. It is said that she is the destructive aspect of the cosmic feminine. She appears so different from our conventional idea of the divine that people unfamiliar with the Hindu culture sometimes perceive Goddess Kali as a demon at first glance. She is angry, wearing garlands of severed demon heads and a skirt of severed demon hands. Her tongue is lolling, her hair is disheveled, and her face is smeared with blood. In her iconographic forms, she appears with 4 hands generally, one of which holds a decapitated head of a demon. Another hand holds a bowl that collects blood dripping from severed body parts of demons so that she can drink it. One of her right hands brandishes weaponry such as a sword or trident. All of these features may present her as a demonic entity. However, the other right hand shows her divinity. This hand generally rests in the Varada Mudra or the granting gesture. This means that she is a giving or loving mother and protects everyone that seeks refuge from her. Her fierce appearance actually shows how outrageous a mother can become when she finds her children in trouble. According to some scholars, the head she holds in her upper left hand symbolizes knowledge. The severed head in her hand signifies liberation. The sword in her upper right hand is the tool that she uses to destroy our illusion and ultimately sets us free. She doesn't wear clothes and jewelry because she doesn't need them. She is beyond Maya, or to be specific, she is beyond the societal norms and values. The universe doesn't follow the rules that humans have designed to keep their species in order. Goddess Kali appears with beautiful dark complexions. The name Kali signifies 2 things. Firstly, darkness, and secondly, time. In Sanskrit, Kala means both darkness and time. So, she represents a time before time, when there was no light and the entire creation was lurking underneath darkness as a possibility. She is the goddess of time and its infinite cycles. Different legends describe the origin of Goddess Kali in different ways. If we look back enough, we will see that Goddess Kali has always been a prominent figure in India's tribal cultures. She was a folk deity. Since the beginning, she has always represented the ages of our society. Deities very similar to Goddess Kali in terms of protectiveness have been worshipped in India's tribal cultures for centuries. Some of them have been parts of this land since the age of hunter-gatherers. In that era, humans were overly dependent on nature. Every natural event, such as an earthquake or a drought, could affect their livelihood deeply. So they tried to appease the angry form of Mother Nature. Just like Mother Nature, they envisioned this goddess as moody, sometimes bloodthirsty. So being hunters themselves, they would sacrifice animals to calm her down. Some examples of such local deities would include Goddess Rankini, Bono Bibi, Shitala, Samaleshwari, and so on. Look at this picture. This is a Santhal Patachitra of goddess Kali by Rabi Chitrakar of Majramura, Purulia. This is known as Gomira mask, clearly influenced by the imagery of goddess Kali. Gomira mask dance is popular among the Rajvanshi communities in North Bengal. Anyway, such deities are worshipped by people of all religions, castes, and genders. Gradually, they assimilated with Vedic culture and beliefs. But did the Vedic literature directly mention goddess Kali? Vedas generally emphasize male deities, and female deities have been given comparatively lower status. In Sanskrit literature, however, we find descriptions of goddesses that somewhat resemble Kali. Take for example goddess Niriti and Ratri Devi, mentioned in the Vedas. Both of them feature dark complexions. Their nature is also quite similar to Kali, but none of them were given the status of the ultimate feminine principle of the creation. However, during the Upanishad era, the idea of a balance between feminine and masculine energy emerged, and the goddess became Prakriti, the feminine aspect of Brahman or Purusha. In Mahabharata, goddess Kali appears in the dreams of Pandavas to warn them of their death. Goddess Kali first properly appeared in Sanskrit literature through Durga Saptasati. The Devi Mahatma brings her really close to mainstream Hindu society. As per this text, goddess Kali originates from the eyebrows of goddess Ambika. This literature shows that goddess Durga and her alter ego Kali come to rescue the gods from horrific demons like Chanda, Munda, Raktabija and re-establishes the delicate cosmic balance. Kalika Purana establishes her as the supreme universal mother and goddess of power, strength and energy. Vamana Purana and also Kalika Purana uphold the idea that goddess Kali and Parvati are the same. Tantrism and Shakti cult strengthened their position in mainstream Hindu society during the medieval age. Tantrism is a part of Hinduism that mainly focuses on the feminine principle of the divine. Currently, Shakti cult is as important as Shaiva and Vishnu cult, and its presence can be felt strongly in the eastern part of India. In Shaktism, the goddess is the embodiment of energy, which is the primary element of everything that exists. So, she is the principal force in Shaktism. Goddess Kali is the most important figure in Tantrism. But when did it start? Actually, goddess worship is a very primitive practice. It was prevalent in most of the early human societies. When it comes to India, we must consider the Indus Valley civilization. The seed of today's goddess-centric spirituality was sown during that era. You can watch this video to understand the fertility cult and the tradition of goddess worship in ancient India. She is widely worshipped in eastern India, especially in the state of West Bengal. Goddess Kali flows through the veins of Bengalis. Bengali culture and lifestyle are deeply influenced by goddess Kali. In Bengal, she was a Grama Devta or village deity. During the early years, she used to be represented with amorphous stones smeared in vermilion. They used to be worshipped in public places called Kalitala or Than, the iconographic form of goddess Kali, and to be more specific, goddess Dakshina Kali that we know today was first envisioned by Krishnananda Agamvagis in the 16th century. She became a part of everyday urban life during the 18th century, when prominent people such as Krishna Chandra Roy and other zamindars revalorized her cult. In Bengali culture, goddess Kali is not the fearsome deity that creates cosmic upheavals. Instead, she is a companion, sometimes a mother or even a daughter. Bengali songs dedicated to her, popularly known as Shama Songit, very fondly makes fun of her nudity and love for intoxication. Still, these songs make it clear that she is the universal mother and the omnipotent. This informal relationship between a devotee and their god is nothing but an expression of intense devotion. For me, goddess Kali is an icon who breaks stereotypes and expresses herself with an unapologetic attitude. Hope you liked this video. All the source materials have been linked in the description. Please like and share to support this channel. See you soon.